Good evening, all. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Tuesday, the 21st of March, 2023, about 6:15 p.m. Central Time. So tomorrow's the big day. We get the FOMC announcement, then the press conference. I find it hard to believe that they're not going to be addressing in some manner in their statement the banking issues that we're feeling. I find it that the Fed's cornered. I don't see how they don't go with quarter-point hike. I think if they don't go that, it's almost as though there's something worse in the banking community. I find it difficult for them to pivot here and say that they're not data responsive. And with that, inflation is not at 2%. So the question is, common sense, how far do you push things? And I don't think going a quarter point pushes things. I then think what happens is the Fed can then say, we're monitoring situations in the Q&A period. We realize what happened with the banking. Don't you imagine one of the interesting questions will be, you broke the banks, and what the Fed's response will be to that. I don't think he broke the banks, number one. I mean, at what planet was the risk control not looking at a whole world that knew that interest rate hikes were coming, and aggressive ones, until the Fed got where they wanted to be? And they're still not there. So the school that was always buying the breaks, saying that they'll never continue with this program, has grabbed control of the market again, and that's what's going on. Now, in the gold market, you know that the safe haven play that made gold soar $100 an ounce, at some point you had to give something back. That's how it works going into these deals. And today was that particular day. Copper did a little bit better during the day, and we'll come to that. The dollar didn't go anywhere. It was down 3 ticks, so very neutral at this point. Where they've been adding premium is the bond and the note market, as the market is saying, yes, we saw a correction, especially the 2-10-year spread, which went to 107 and then back to near 50. The question is, has it peaked? Is that it? Is it all over? Where are we? When we come to the gold chart, you can see that the market is down for the week 1.5%. Certainly not a big break, but starting to get a bit of a correction. If we come to today's action, and I'll go to today, not the evening trade. If I step back from that, you can see that the gold gave back $41 or 2%. So this rally's been a heck of a rally. It hasn't even given back half of it, is the point that I'm making, and the market's settling back in. You can see you still have a pattern of higher lows. Potentially that could be a low, we don't know yet, and certainly higher highs. So the trend is up. Moving averages, they're all down here at 1901.30, but that's under that low. So I'm not expecting that to be attacked just yet. Could it be if the Fed does something strange tomorrow? It could. My definition of strange would be they don't get a 25-point cut and they say they're pivoting. That would be, to me, very strange. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's in the planet where it can happen, but I'm aware it can. So stranger things have happened. You know, it would be the Fed throwing in the towel and just saying, we really don't have a 2% target. When you take a look at gold, it ran this whole time the Bollinger Band and it gave it up. Okay, that's what it's supposed to do in time. Now, we never did have 5 days in a row or something like that over the band, so it got stretched up. And if you looked at the SLV, GDX, you saw that they gave back a chunk of it too. Everything got pulled along with the water rising, and now they're giving a little bit back. And when I look at momentum, you did not embed. So I have an overbought market. It can certainly go any crazy way tomorrow off what the Fed says, but overbought to me does not attract new money, and buying into a Bollinger Band never makes sense the way that I teach Bollinger Bands. When you look at the gold-silver ratio, you've got your turn. This is where silver is now gaining on gold. Once you're underneath the red line, which is the 18-day moving average of closes, it means you need less ounces of silver to get 1 ounce of gold. Right now, you need 87.06. When you were up here, you were at 92. So you need 5 less ounces to get that same ounce of gold. Therefore, silver is getting a bit stronger than the gold market. And you can see that here. The market is fighting its battle right now at the 100-day average in green in the upper Bollinger Band, and it's very overbought. Yes, it rallied with the gold and it's holding better, but I don't think it's telling people run out and buy me when you're overbought and against the Bollinger Band. In the copper market, this was the break that washed everything out. Now you're back to neutral. If you've taken my full charting course, you know how often I talk about the fact that markets like to go back to a neutral zone. Typically, the neutral zone is the 18-day average of closes on a daily chart. And that's where the market rallied back to. Look at how it fought the battle here to get down to the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band and back up. Will copper come alive? Well, if the world's going to embark on lowering interest rates, and I use the word the world because not only do we have our bank coming out with the monetary policy, but on Thursday you have the Swiss National Bank and the Bank of England. So you've got more and more banks now coming. Which way do they go? That's what we'll find out. But I'll repeat my train of thought. If banks start easing up and if the economies can grow with that, then copper's cheap. Market's been in a bearish trend, came back up. This is a contra-trend rally and it's stopping right where it has to. Now, if it closes under, let's say over rather, 401, then you got to say it's got upside bias. Doesn't have that yet. In the platinum, higher lows, lower highs now, and the battleground became the Bollinger Band and the green line, the 100-day average. You will see this over and over. If you go to my charting course on our website under Bollinger Bands, you learn all this. And by the way, folks, before I finish up with you here, remember, if you like these videos, do me one favor. Cost you nothing. Give it a thumbs up here. If you want to know when they come out, just subscribe. Then you'll get them from YouTube. I reposted this video and away you go. In the palladium market, you can see how we're fighting the battle at the 18-day average of closes. The pattern is, though, one of friendliness for the moment. Higher lows, higher highs, fully countered by the fact that the market's under the 18-day average, so the bias is down. Bias is the filter on the swing line. So if the swing line's got a bullishness about it, but the filter is with prices under it, the filter says, nah, you have absolutely nothing. Last but not least, the dollar index. In very short order, you've gone from the upper Bollinger Band to the lower bands, back to the neutral spot. Remember what I said? Markets like to go to that 18-day average to figure out what to do, and then it collapsed back into the Bollinger Bands. The chart action doesn't mean anything. Tomorrow's like a whole new beginning in these markets when we get to whatever the Fed is deciding it's going to do. And I'll be talking to you first thing tomorrow, and it'll be more important, frankly, on Thursday morning. What do you do? Where are the chart setups? Where's the entry points? Where's the exit points? What's the stops? And we do this, if you join me in the morning, in the videos where we construct all these charts, 40 of them. We go through them. So we'll take a look at weeklies, dailies, try to come up with the game plan, and away you go. Fundamental talk, I start you every morning with what the fundamentals of the day are. What's the market looking at? How does it work? What's the cost to you for this? I'm going to repeat. What's the cost? Nothing. It's free if you want to give it a try, assuming you haven't tried it before. I get people that try to keep getting free ones. We won't do that. How do you get this? Move your cursor up to the very top. Give a click right up there. It'll take you right to the site. Choose all the free offerings you want. Mine's one of those there. I'm Ira Epstein. You have yourselves a great day. I will see you first thing tomorrow. Take care.